What's going on, everybody? In this video, we're going to talk about motivated seller leads and what are the right steps that you can take and actually implement this in your business for your real estate investing business so that you can actually get the actual seller leads that you need or want. Oftentimes, really the biggest bottleneck that people have with real estate investing or in business in general is getting the actual lead, the right lead, the correct lead for their business. So I'm going to take you through a very simple framework that we use for our house buying machines in our business that you can go ahead and implement in your business so that you can actually get the right properties, the right motivated seller leads, and attracting them versus you having to chase them. Often folks get marketed to with products that tell them, hey, download the list, cold call, and just be a pest. And so, like Dan Kennedy says, we want to be a welcome guest. Okay. So with that said, let's start off with the first key point in this line item here is exit strategy. Okay. If your strategy is to wholesale property, you need to understand what your buyer buy box is that is actively searching for property. And so with that said, you want to pinpoint, based on your exit strategy, your marketing efforts. Okay, if you are a landlord that is looking to, have a side hustle or build some real estate wealth and income aside of their 9-to-5, your exit strategy is a little bit different than maybe the flipper that's going for a 6-figure flip day on a high-end neighborhood. So we have to start off with the right exit strategy. If we have the right exit strategy in mind for us and what we're trying to achieve and we're trying to do, then we define what our perfect property is, okay? Our perfect property is important because if we are not able to articulate, is it a 3-bedroom? Is it a 2-bathroom? Is it a good school district? Does square footage matter? Do you want acreage property? Do you not want acreage property? Based on the exit strategy of what you're trying to do and how you're actually looking to make revenue is how you're going to define your perfect property, okay? And there's many data sets or data providers to help you with this. But the idea is for you to get crystal clear as to how are you going to make revenue. Because the fact is that we make the money on the buy, getting properties at a discount, under contract first. And if you are not clear on what your exit strategy is, for the next 12 months, then it's going to be really hard to define the perfect property for you, okay? Now, we have to, in this day and age where attention span is so little, we have to combine offline and online. What do I mean by that? Once you define your exit strategy and you have defined your perfect property, you can start marketing to them offline. It could be as simple as a yellow letter, postcard, and then you want to have some sort of online presence, right? When somebody goes and either Googles you or Google sell my house fast, you want to be able to pull up, and this could be done organically or it could be done through paid ads. The bottom line is I've seen way too many investors give up and not actually make advancements, not actually moving forward because they didn't take the time to think through this. It's of huge importance for you to do so because you're going to run out of money marketing if you're marketing to the wrong audience, the wrong folks. Now, once that person, let's say offline, they get your letter or your postcard, you have to have systems that they can actually find you online or that they can call you. Now, I ideally would like them to call us. A person that makes a phone call is a lot more times more motivated than actually just somebody that goes on Google and searches you. Because once they pull up on the search engine, all of your competitors are gonna show up, right? So I'd rather you focus on getting the actual call first, okay? And once we've done through this process and we've actually built a motivated seller lead engine and we start generating motivated seller calls or searches, we start getting reviews, right? We start getting credibility. We start generating some search engine optimization assets, okay? So I'm of the thought that obviously you have to pay your way in first because SEO, search engine optimization for people to find you or rank on #1 page is really, really, really hard, especially if you do not have reviews, if you do not have credibility. So you have to start building some assets so that you can put in your website and it looks credible and actually, people can actually find you, all right? So my advice is to start off with paid methods to eventually build up your reviews, your credibility as you work your search engine optimization. And one of the key things that we like to do whenever we have a new house buying machine come in our program, REI Profits Fast Track, we boost the revenue with pay-per lead generation. With pay-per lead generation, they only pay if the lead is viable. So what does that mean? It's guaranteed inbound lead generation. They just pick a county, they pick an area, and they start getting leads in. And they only pay if it's in the county that they selected, it's viable real estate, meaning that it's not a mobile home on a rented lot. In addition to that, it's not listed, it's the actual owner, it's the right contact information, and they're able to get a hold of them. So we actually have a conversation around what this looks like. And if we want to get to revenue faster, we boost them up with pay-per lead generation, where they don't have to think about all this right off the bat. You know, the system can be built out throughout time and get more and more and more specific, okay? So with that said, in terms of motivated seller leads, you want to make sure that you think about what your exit strategy is, so that you can define your perfect property. That means property characteristics, maybe how much equity do they need to have? Are they older people, younger people, kind of the demographics behind it? You know, the school zone, what are the rents looking like, right? If you are in a lower median price market, that looks a little bit different than a higher price market, okay? And if you're looking to rehab property, that looks different than if you're trying to accumulate rentals, right? And then the other question is, who's active in your market if you're looking to wholesale, if that makes sense. So I often think, or I often believe, that for you to pick the right market, the right high margin market, there has to be population. Like, it's kind of hard to really scale a house buying business in the middle of nowhere, although it could be done, but it's a little bit more limited. You want it to be competitive, because if it is competitive, that means that there's transactions, there's liquidity, there's money moving around, okay? You want to have some experience ideally, and if you don't, I recommend starting in your own backyard or something that's driving distance, okay? And something that you can afford. Lead generation, actual inbound lead generation coming your way for at least 3 to 4 months, because it is a 90 to 120 day sales cycle from when the money goes out on marketing and lead generation and when it comes back in. Now, there are ways to do free lead generation where you do not have to pay, and that's mainly becoming the dispo, the boots on the ground, being the boots on the ground for other wholesalers, other investors, and essentially trading those efforts for money, right? But if you're actually looking to build a house buying machine, you have to get your motivated seller leads in order for them to align with your exit strategy. Because if you run out of marketing funds, if you run out of lead generation, it'll be really hard for you to compete, okay? So I hope this helps. Biggest takeaway here is think about your exit strategy, think about your perfect property avatar, right? What does that look like? And then seeing on how can you market to them offline and online. If you can do those, you turn into an omnipresent, right, brand in their mind, so that when they're ready to sell, hopefully they contact you or they find you, and start building those reviews, that credibility. Now, today, so do not close a deal without trying to, getting a review, a 5-star on Google review, getting a picture with the seller at the closing table, or some sort of video testimonial, because that is only going to help you, and that's now an asset for your company's brand eventually. Now, if you want to get some help on actually building and scaling a house buying machine, actually getting your motivated seller leads, right, go ahead and take a look at the description below. We have many ways to help. We do have a coaching program, REI Profits Fast Track, where we've been able to get over 7 figures in results for our clients, and we implement this. We help folks implement this, and we've done this in minor markets, and major markets as well. And the idea is to get you to revenue the fastest and taking the guesswork out. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys and gals in the next video.